So I'm going to tell you about FoodCloud, and I'm going to start off with a story just to explain how it works. So this is Alan, and Alan is a store manager in Dublin, and he throws out perfectly good food every day. He's paying waste disposal costs to get rid of this food, and it's ending up in the landfill. Right around the corner, we have Liz, and Liz runs a breakfast and after-schools club. She struggles to find the funding to be able to buy the food for the children that she works with. Through our platform, Alan is able to upload details of what food he has, and this goes as a text message to Liz. It provides her with information about the food, so she can plan for transport and for storage. There's a quite advanced technological system behind it as well, which means that we can spot problems. So we can see if a scheduled store doesn't post, or if a charity hasn't been able to accept, which means that we can ensure really high collection rates and minimize waste. The solution allows stores to have a practical and real impact in their local communities. It saves businesses money, and it means that they can have a real environmental and social impact. And for charities, they can save money on their food bills, which means that they can redirect those resources towards their core services. There's wider environmental and social impacts as well. The food that's diverted from landfill means that methane isn't been released into the atmosphere, so there's impacts in terms of climate change, there's impacts in terms of water conservation, and land use as well. If we look at the problem of food waste, around the world, 30% of all food that's grown is wasted. It's an absolutely huge problem. In terms of land use, every single year we use land the size of China, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan to grow food that's thrown in the bin. And we use 550 trillion litres of water. This is all the household water needs for the world every year to grow food that's not eaten. At the same time, 795 million people around the world don't have enough to eat. So FoodCloud was founded in 2012 by a group of students. They bonded over a love of food and a hate of waste, and they decided to do something about it. At the time, there wasn't a huge amount of solutions in Ireland. There was one small food bank, and that was all the surplus food redistribution. So they wanted to change that. The first donation happened between a farmer's market and a local charity. It was done through phone calls and going down and physically collecting the food, which obviously is something that's not scalable. So they looked at international best practice to see if there was more efficient ways of doing things, and decided that technology would allow them to scale and to be able to develop a solution that could be brought to communities around the world. They participated in a number of accelerator programs in advance, and this allowed them to do two key things. The first was research with the people that would be ultimately benefiting from the solution, with the charities. One of the big learnings that came out of this was originally they were looking at cafes and bakeries, but the food types that charities need are very much around the stuff that you get in supermarkets, and they decided that was the first port of call. It also allowed them to develop the technology, to test it, to use it, see what worked, see what didn't, and use an iterative process. So in 2013, FoodCloud started with one Tesco store and a number of small bakeries and cafes. And now we're in 27 counties in Ireland with Aldi and Tesco, and have recently expanded into the UK with partners FareShare. We're in 300 stores in the UK. In total, we work with 500 businesses, 1,100 partner charities, and have helped facilitate the redistribution of over 1,300 tonnes of food. To put this in perspective, that's 2.9 million meals that would have ended up in landfill that have instead gone to people in need, and has resulted in over 4,000 tonnes of carbon being diverted from the atmosphere. But food is more than just nutrition. It's something that really has powers to bring people together. And we hear stories from the charities every day about how that food is enabling and empowering people. There's the women's refuge that the women come down, share recipes, share stories, and helps build trust. There's the man in the men's hostel who had never had a steak before and used his spare money to buy gravy to be able to serve it up like he saw on TV. Or there's the woman who hadn't fed her kids lunch and dinner for 6 months, and she's empowered now to be able to feed them the way that they want. Thank you.